Hello, Mech Warriors! Today we'll be continuing our review of Eques Lance with their heavy fire support unit, Eques 3, the Rifleman. This unit is built for long-range direct support fire, armed with a Gauss rifle and an Ultra AC-5. As usual, we'll be reviewing the base model, the Rifleman 3N, compared to the Eques 3, and then making our own custom mech to improve the Eques design. The original Rifleman 3N is an absolute failure of a mech design. It is lightly armored, especially in the rear, and on the very important arms, which contain the majority of the weapons. It carries 2 large lasers and twin AC-5s in the arms, but only has 10 heat sinks, meaning that if it tries to fire all of its medium to long-range weapons, it's going to overheat very significantly. Firing its twin large lasers and AC-5s on the move would cause the mech to heat up to 10, causing 2 movement point loss, which would slow the mech to a measly 2-3 movement speed, leaving it very vulnerable. The Eques 3 does much to fix this poor design. Instead of 4 large guns, it brings 2, one of them being a very powerful experimental Gauss rifle, increasing its long-range firepower by a significant margin. The other is an Ultra AC-5. This rapid-fire weapon does suffer from reliability issues, but does have a slight improvement in range over the normal AC-5. Of course, to fit these heavy weapons, the Eques 3 is equipped with prototype endosteel. The Eques 3 can run and fire all of its weapons without worrying about heat increases, unless firing the AC-5 in ultra mode. Overall, this design, like other members of Eques Lance, is severely lacking in armor protection, particularly on the cockpit, with a mere 6 head armor, similar to the original Rifleman 3N. Both designs have 2 medium lasers for point defense against enemy flankers, and the Eques 3 is equipped with case to protect its vulnerable ammo bins. Unlike Eques 1 and 2, the Rifleman actually comes with a significantly important quirk. This quirk provides a significant bonus to hit against flying units, meaning that the Rifleman's role in this lance is not only long-range fire support, but also dealing with any aerospace or VTOL units that Eques Lance might face. We'll be leaning into that when we do our redesign. The Ultra AC-5 is a reasonably good weapon, but in my opinion, a standard AC-5 is actually going to be superior. The reason is because of flak ammo. This allows the Rifleman to bring sufficient ammo for both ground and air targets with 20 shots apiece, meaning that the unit is prepared to fill its primary role as long-range support or its anti-air role equally well. This leaves us with 1 extra ton remaining. I'm actually going to remove one of the searchlights to give an extra half ton of armor. This gives us 9 tons and a much better overall armor spread. Personally, I would also move all of the ammo into the arm. This gives extra crit padding so that the Gauss rifle itself cannot be crit out. Gauss slugs can be replaced. A Gauss rifle in this era is a highly experimental and very expensive piece of equipment. If you could put the case into the arm, I would do that as well. We're also going to move the searchlight into the center torso, along with the single heatsink in the leg. This crit pads our engine and gyro better. Also, ensure that your medium laser and ammo are all in the same critical location. If you look at the Rifleman 3N, the 2 ammo bins are in the top, along with the searchlight, while the medium laser is in the second batch of critical locations. If you moved this medium laser up here, it would give a much higher chance of hitting something other than the ammo. This is a pretty reasonable build, and it's very flexible, but the Rifleman's already pretty good against air targets due to its quirk. So I would like to propose that we increase its armor protection and its long-range fire capability and piercing ability, which is something that Eques Lance is severely lacking. The AC-10 of the Hunchback and the Gauss rifle of the Rifleman are the only piercing weapons that the Lance has. As such, we'll remove the AC-5, case, and ammo. There are 2 more builds that I'd like to explore. They're both very similar. One would involve an ER large laser, and the other a PPC. The ER large laser is maybe preferable due to its range that lines up better with the Gauss, but PPCs are more common, so we'll go with that instead. By removing the ammo and case in the left torso, we free up a significant amount of tonnage. This can be used to increase armor protection and overall heat-sinking capability. We now have a very significant increase in armor protection, as well as crit padding. You could actually put the heat-sink in with the Gauss rifle to further crit pad it, if you wished, but ensuring that the legs don't get severe crits is very important to make sure that this highly prized mech can make it back to the dropship. And so here we have my version of the Eques Eques 3. An additional 8 points of armor have been added to the legs. The rear center torso now importantly has 5 armor, allowing it to absorb a single medium laser hit without going critical. We've slightly increased the center torso armor by 3, but most importantly, the arms and torsos are now very well protected. The mech has 12 heat sinks, allowing it to run and fire its long-range weapons and only gain 1 heat. This is much more efficient, as the unit will be able to run into position and then shed any heat in the following phases as it stands still in cover somewhere. It still has twin medium lasers for point defense at close range, but is much better crit padded overall. Its range has been slightly reduced, but there is no chance of a PPC jamming, unlike the Ultra AC5. And the damage output is doubled compared to a single shot from an AC5. And, perhaps most importantly, the head now has a full 9 armor, giving the mech warrior a reasonable chance of making it out of a fight. We've also dumped the 40 rounds of ammo that could potentially explode, which would not only cause damage to the mech warrior, but would certainly cost a hefty repair bill. So, mech warriors, tell me what you think in a comment down below. What would you change about the build? Please like, share, and subscribe for more tabletop gaming content. And check out some of my other videos, such as the Mech Lab playlist, where you can learn to be a better mech commander every day. Stay safe out there, mech warriors, and have a great day.